Fitness channel. I'm out here today just kind of checking out a trail not far from my house that I actually have not visited before. It's actually a really cool area. I'm up here along this ridge, and yeah, it's just a really cool spot. So today I'm out here with my Hidden Woodsman haversack, and this haversack, honestly, I don't even believe that this model is made anymore. But I've had it for probably 3 years or so, somewhere around there, and it's a really great haversack. But around this time, being springtime, is generally when I break this out. And the haversack is big enough, and obviously you can see it accommodates a military wool blanket. Obviously you could throw anything you wanted down there, but I just generally throw this on here. Pretty lightweight wool blanket, so it's good. It's big enough, and being that you have room for a blanket, it makes it the perfect option to take with you on just a real quick overnighter. Sometimes I'll go on overnight trips after work, things like that, to a campsite nearby. But it just works really well for that. So it's obviously a haversack. You're not going to be able to fit tons of stuff in it, but I think with a haversack, that's actually kind of the point. This haversack is more of a modern gear loadout, and so as you'll see when I get into the contents of it, it's a lot of nylon material, things like that, just modern type gear. I love traditional setups and things like that, but that is not what this pack is, and the title will probably reflect something like that. But so anyway, to be honest with you, I do not know the model of the haversack. I'm gonna have to quit doing that. My wife says every time I do a video I slap the bag too much. But I don't know the model of this haversack, honestly. But I'm sure if you go to the Hidden Woodsman website, I would imagine that there are still haversacks being made. I actually bought this one on Amazon before I was even really familiar with Hidden Woodsman, or I believe his name is Malcolm. Before I was really familiar with a lot of his stuff, but yeah, anyway, I got it on Amazon, and they are pretty pricey, but they're very durable. It's kind of, I think it's all military grade. I don't know what denier it is, but it's really heavy duty nylon material with heavy duty buckles and all that. And one of the things I like about it personally is the color scheme. Let's jump into these side pouches first. So right here on the right side of the haversack is the one that I have designated for my food. And in here right now, all I have is some sardines. I love these little Cliff Energy Chew blocks, so I keep some of those in there. I have some different teas, so I can make some hot tea, and a couple things of Folgers coffee, instant coffee. I keep a trash bag in here for all my trash, and then I just have a ramen noodle down in there. So that's all I have, because like I said, this pack is generally going to be used for a quick overnighter, you know, where I head out to a campsite later, even at night. Sometimes I've been out after work, and I've been out after work and just set up a quick camp at night, you know, 9-10 o'clock at night. It's already dark. So that's kind of more what this pack is going to be based around. The other side over here, I just have a small little bag of different medications, some ibuprofen, allergy pills, and some Tums in just a small little Ziploc bag. So that's in there. This little pouch here is just a little micro hygiene kit. Small toothbrush, some plackers, dental floss picks, and a couple other things just for, you know, something to keep your hygiene up to where it needs to be if you're out overnight. But I have an idea about doing a small micro kit video, so I'll go over a lot of these micro kits, which I really enjoy carrying. I'll go over a lot of these in another video, but that's all that's in there. Another micro kit. This is just some Yuko Stormproof match case. But in here I have quite a few things. I actually got this idea from Coal Cracker Bushcraft, and he made one of these. Man, I forget his name. It'll come to me in a minute. But he made one of these little micro kits out of these Yuko Stormproof match case, and I thought it was a really cool idea. So this is my fire starting kit right here. Dan Wowak, that's who it is. Shout out to Dan Wowak. I've learned a lot from him, so he seems like a real cool guy. Black Diamond Astro headlamp with some extra batteries. And then the only other thing that I have in this side pocket is this Lux Pro, just a little camp lantern. It works really well. It actually has 3 different settings. It's pretty bright. So that is it in the other side pocket. So jumping into the pack, there is on this pack, let me go ahead and get this wool blanket off of here, and actually I'll lay this out so I can set some of my stuff on here, and I'll do a shot. So you can see everything kind of laid out. But oh, I'm sorry, on this haversack there's actually a zippered pouch right here in the front, which I do not have anything in. One thing I have found, and then there's also a little sleeve behind it, just kind of little pocket behind that zippered pouch. What I've found is if you put a lot of things in here, and if the bag starts to kind of bulge a little bit, these pockets aren't very useful. If you have like some papers, maybe a map, or some really skinny items, really slim items that you can shove in there, that would work. But I generally don't throw anything in there. That's just me. So one thing I like about it as well is, if you wanted to, you could even put something over the top here. I've done that before, where I've had like a ground mat or something running across here, and it'll still close even with the wool blanket, with those buckles down here on the bottom. But it has another buckle here on the top, keeping everything enclosed and keeping everything in the bag, so nothing's gonna fall out on you or anything. So that's really nice to have. So on the side of the haversack, on the inside, there are 2 small pockets, and I use those for my cutting tools. So over here on the right side, I just have a Mora Cansbull stainless steel knife. On the other side, I just have a Silky Gomboy as my other cutting tool. And around this time of year, not going to need an axe or anything like that to be splitting a lot of major wood or anything. So those things will suffice. Right on the very top of the pack, I have my waterproof Bible. So I always keep my Bible with me. And let me see here. Yeah, just jumping right into the main compartment. So over here on the left-hand side, I have the Climate Static V Recon. This is going to be my sleeping pad that I use. It's pretty warm, great for this time of year. It has a pretty high R value. Looks like a 4.4 is the R value. So around this time of year, when it dips down maybe into the 30s and things like that, 40s at night, it can still be a little chilly. So having something that is going to combat the conduction from the ground is great. So that works perfectly for this time of year. So along with my sleeping kit is going to be my One Tigress ground sheet. I just actually used this on my last video. If you haven't seen that, I did a Thunderstorm camp. Go check that video out. I'll leave a link to that in the description. But this One Tigress ground mat, these things are awesome. I actually have another one set up in kind of an emergency shelter kit because it has tie outs on all 4 corners and works great. I've had great success with those One Tigress ground mats. Never had an issue with them. They're still going strong. Let's see here. Another part of my sleeping obviously is going to be something for shelter. So I have already something to sleep on in my Static V Recon on top of the ground mat, and something to sleep in my wool blanket, but something to sleep under is going to be a tarp. Generally for me, it's going to be a tarp, especially in a smaller kit. So this is just the Pathfinder nylon tarp. Pretty basic tarp, has a lot of different tie outs. It's about an 7 foot 8 inches by 7 foot 8 inches. So basically an 8x8 tarp, and looks like it's a 70D, and these little tarps are great. They sell them along with the hammocks. I believe they even sell them as a set, but you can buy these tarps individually, and they're not very expensive, and they're just a great tarp. So that's going to be my cover element. And in this little bag here, this is going to be my cordage, which I just have a 550 paracord ridgeline and just a couple hanks of number 36 bank line, and I have 5 little yellow ABS plastic tent stakes. Just the little small ones. I think maybe they're 5 inches or something like that. And then I have a Outdoor Vitals blow up camp pillow. So that's all. Basically the entire kit is just that, is pretty much designated to sleeping. But I do have, obviously, you're gonna need water anywhere you go. So I opted, I actually haven't carried this in here before, but I opted for the Stanley cook set. To be honest, guys, I haven't used this a whole lot. My wife has one, and we have used that on occasions, but I have another one, so I decided, you know what, let me throw that in there and get used to using that and see how it works for me. I've heard a lot of great things about these. It has a couple cups on the inside, so I just said, you know what, I'll throw that in there. So if I needed to boil water, obviously cook my ramen noodles, things like that, I have a pot for that, and I have 2 additional cups that I could use for coffee or whatever. So that's my cook kit and drinking kit, water boiling kit, or disinfecting, you know. So there's that. And in the main compartment, the only other thing that I have is this life straw. And to be honest, guys, I am not very familiar with using these. And I know some might say, well, you don't have anything to carry water in, and that's true in this kit. But generally, when I'm doing one of these camps in the areas that I'm going to be going to using this kit, I'm going to be right next to water, whether that be the lake or a stream, river, pond, or something like that. I'm going to be right next to water. So I decided, you know what, if for no other reason, I want to try out these life straws. If you've used them, let me know what your experience has been with these in the comment section. I'd love to hear what your experience has been. Generally, I'll take a Grail, or I love the Katadyn Be Free. Those are my 2 most used water purification methods. But yeah, let me know if you've used these, what your thoughts are on it. So I have that in there, and that is it, guys, in the main compartment. And as you can see, it has this orange material that it's lined with, so you can get a good look at the inside. It's really nice to just be able to look in there and you can see everything really clear. That orange really helps you be able to see everything. And in this zipper on the back, I do have a couple things in there. And all that is a cotton bandana and a Yuko spork. And last but not least, I have a wood stove, so I don't have to make a big fire or anything like that. I opted to take a twig stove, and I opted to take this one, which is the Ember Lit, simply because I haven't used it in a long time. And I like to, it's just a stainless steel little twig stove. So yeah, a lot of times I'll do that. You know, if I haven't used something in a while, I try to rotate out my gear and use different things and different combination of things just to see how it works. And so yeah, I opted for the Ember Lit stove. And that is absolutely everything, guys. So as you can see, it's not a ton of stuff, but for a simple overnight camping trip, which is my intention with this. I'm not going to be hiking off into the middle of nowhere or anything like that. It's just a quick overnight that I could just keep in my car and, you know, just kind of on a whim, you know, call my wife, say, hey, you know, I'm going to stay out overnight. So yeah, if you're listening, babe, that's what I might do here pretty soon. But anyway, guys, just a small little kit like this. I hope it gives you some ideas. And as you can see, I really love haversacks. I have quite a few of them, and I love putting together little kits like this and trying different things. So I'll leave a link to all of my other haversack videos, which people seem to really enjoy. So I'll leave a link to those so you can check out some of my other haversacks. And yeah, so just more of a modern setup. It's good to switch it up. I really like using, like I said, the traditional gear, but I also like using modern gear. And so this kit really works great for that, or this haversack really works great for that. So yeah, guys, anyway, I appreciate all the views. I appreciate all the support. And if you like the video, if you like the content, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And other than that, yeah, I don't have anything else, guys. God bless. I'm gonna get everything laid out so you guys can get a quick view of kind of everything laid out on the wool blanket here. And you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys on the next video.